Um, apologize about that. We're back. Um, as if anybody cares. But I could just entertain myself all day. We're back here with. I just wanted to try and see that. I guess I can't. It'd be nice to figure something out with that. But back to the four quadrants of earners here. Um, you rich dad poor dad fans have seen this before, but and he is an employee. I earn a paycheck. I get taxes taken out. S is self-employed. A B is a big business owner. I own a system. I is an investor. Um, I'll jump to here real quick. If you're gonna live here, where I own a video store. I own a video store. I run the counter every day. Um, then you might as well be here employed because you get benefits with this. You don't have to work 7 days a week. This would be a Michael. I'm sorry. This would be a Michael Gerber E-Myth Revisited type business, some sort of system or a franchise. An investor would be like a covered call option investor, a Buffett type investor. Um, Kiyosaki wouldn't throw a mutual fund investor down in here. Really, you're living off of your you're living off the money from your investments here. um, the three incomes that he refers to really is in reference to taxes. So earned income, when you start making a lot, you're going to get 50% chopped off the top. Portfolio income from such as dividends be taxed at about 20%, passive income 0%. The way Warren Buffett handles taxes, and I'll go ahead and flip to the next slide. The way he handles taxes in his asset column down here, he leaves the money within the investment, and it's within a company that does not traditionally pay out its money, so it keeps it within the investment. The retained earnings compounding at a high return on equity, so there's no tax consequences. He's the same way, just let it keep compounding. Doesn't invite the taxman to the party. This chart, though, really, this slide shows the chart that shows the benefit. I'm the dude who's pretending to be a dude who's acting like another dude, but this this slide shows the chart, which shows the example of the benefits of a business where you earn an income, the business spends on travel, business meals, and then is taxed on what's left over. Versus Joe employee, we earn an income, we get taxed right off the top, and we spend what's left over. So that's a big benefit. I mean, you don't really think about it. I mean, this has to be addressed because even if you're a great Dave Ramsey budgeter, and you do a budget every month, you have your cash envelopes, you paid off all your debt, you watch when you eat out, you watch frivolous expenses. If you don't have a strategy for this, you're really ignoring your number one expense. So you've managed all your other expenses, but this is still eating you alive. You have no strategy for that. So that's why starting a business, even kicking your hobby up from a small business is a recommended way to go. At this point, I'll talk about the game of cash flow, which I don't have that loaded up. I don't technically mess with it, but basically there is a game out there by the Rich Dad Poor Dad company, and I think if you go to their website, they have a free version. They probably just want your email, but it teaches, mainly what it teaches you is how to read an income and balance sheet in this way, and it really gives you context around it, what you're looking at, and that really does tie back to the Buffett paradigm because he invests from a business perspective. He thinks of a stock investment the same way that you should think of a rental investment in the Rich Dad Poor Dad world. So if I receive $1,000 of income a month on this duplex, And after vacancy and property management fees and repairs and maintenance and yard work and utility or taxes and insurance, then and then I have let's say $500 left over after that. So that's $6,000 a year. If I had to put $60,000 down, that's a 10% rate of return on that money. The bottom line being that that's the business perspective. It's the same way when he looks at a stock. Back to Coke, my initial rate of return on Coke is, if its earnings per share is around $5 and the stock price is around $65, and my initial rate of return is about 7.7%, and then that's going to be growing as determined by our historic earnings per share growth rate for the past 10 years. It's going to be growing at a little over 8%, and so that initial 7% sure as heck beats the U.S. Treasury rate. Now you saw in our rental example that the leverage was kind of working in our favor because we didn't have to put all the money down. But it's the same concept. It's the same. You're investing from a business perspective. It's the same concept that Kiyosaki, recommends, and it's the same that Buffett has used. So you can't get away from this if you're in the world, or you can get away from this in the world of business, but. I guess good luck to you. But back to this. This is what basically you're striving for financial independence first, so you can move on to better things. So this is that picture. And again, this one I talk about what you can buy to reach that point. This is the manual. To reach financial independence. I go, let me read from this for a few hours now. But I go into just your basic financial plan, how to get your ducks in a row that way. I go into dividend paying stocks, which that, for people that are used to investing in their 401ks or mutual funds, the next logical step is looking at something with a good yield. And one thing too, all these you can invest in a Buffett type consumer monopoly stock such as Coke, receive a dividend, which I think they pay out about 3%, and you could potentially write covered calls against it, and that's covered in here too, covered call writing for more income. So you could take a stock and turn it into a really powerful asset right here. But you do have to know a little bit about what you're doing, because if you're just jumping from the mutual fund world into trying to reach financial independence and generate cash flow, then yeah, just a little bit of education, and this is the instruction manual to do it. It's my book, My Happy Assets. Available at myhappyassets.com. I'll be at the book fair on April 16th at the Carol Nicely Center. I'll have some copies of this, and I'll have the small business book. Again, these are intended to help you reach financial independence first. In a short period of time, you can do it. And so then you can move on to other things. If you want to move on to fly fishing on your weekends, and that's the whole intent of this book. Get the money thing down, get it out of the way, be done with it, and then you have more options. I'll guarantee at the end of the day you'll still want to do something. I mean, this is not to get you to a point where you can sit on the sofa all day and watch All My Children. Trust me, I don't think most of you want to do that. You can. If that's your goal in life, then go for it. I am not going to stop you. But this will let you get to that point. So if you want to start snowballing your wealth after that, like Warren Buffett, you can. If you want to start a business, if you want to write books, if you want to play music, if you want to paint, if you want to sit on the sofa and watch All My Children all day, you can go for it. This was This is pointing out the books. My book should be on here too. I'll go ahead and say while you're watching. Go to this website, and they're also available here, and I've got them on Amazon as well. So please check those out. In the April 16th at the Carol Nicely Center. That's where I'll be, buddy. I'm gonna continue to do a live workshop from here. I'll try to do it fairly often, but they'll be archived as well, so you can come back and watch them. And again, here I didn't have to type them, but here's myhappyassets.com, and the business book is at smallbizcoffee.com. So if you have any questions, I don't have anything. I think if you go to myhappyassets.com, you can there's a contact me form there, and you can send questions through there. So check out the book, My Happy Assets.